Greetings, fellow stonemasons. Rodamon here. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story Primitive Survival. Episode 50, Remodeling the Kitchen. Also, for reference, I am, I'm traveling sort of close to where we know a bear lives, so keep your eyes out, because this is bear territory. Leaving at 3 in the afternoon is probably not the best timing, but whatever. Yeah, there's a bear somewhere in here that we haven't bothered to clear out. I mean, it hasn't really bothered me. Hasn't even attacked me. I just spotted it from a distance. It was a black bear. I just didn't want to get ganked having just topped up more of my vegetable satiety. Because when you die, your satiety, like, resets. Not to 0, but nearly. We could do a pit trap. We could try to bait the bear and pit trap it. That would be the hunting priority to vote on, not... Oh, look at... Wow, you guys are fat. Skipjack tuna. Y'all ain't small, that's for sure. I think it's probably because that's counts as ocean water. And we got some boar here. You know, I should probably have highlighted where I'm actually going. Limestone. Because I hit D, like WSD, while I was moving. We're gonna get limestoned. Righteous cavemen. I don't know. Oh, I didn't try to grab the tuna. I don't want to fill my inventory with fish that will rot by the time I manage to cook it. And then here is the known resin area. Might as well check if it's regened. Which? Oh, no, it hasn't. Oh, I never saw the tree in here. Okay, you stay there. I don't want to fill my inventory with, like, flaxseed. I think we have enough back home. Unless we want to make, like, a weird quad windmill with, like, a large gear. I don't really need a lot more linen outside of, like, making my own clothing, which is not too expensive. Oh, we've got gazelle over here. Some sort of fruit tree. I'll punch it. Soybeans and sunflowers. A lot of soybeans and sunflowers. I like the terrain. Mediterranean. Ah, you're watching Ashes of the Domain. That's an old one. Now, at this point. Okay. This is hilly, but not mountainous. Good. One thing I'm bad at is like pathfinding a decent path to get to where I want to be. Need to work on that. But speaking of fruit satiety, hell yeah, berries. So I had mentioned this a lot, but like one of the issues with berries is I live somewhere where it's like functionally too warm for berries to ripen for most berry types. Meaning that fruit satiety, despite the fact that I don't have true winters, is actually very hard to fulfill because berry bushes pretty much can only be picked once. Now for fruit trees, that will not be the case. So like breadfruit, lychee, stuff like that, obviously that can fulfill satiety, no problem. But anytime I'm out and about, grabbing wild berries that have ripened definitely helps, because my fruit satiety's back up to 1200 from probably half that, or not half, but like 1,000. If you're wondering about the types of fruit trees, there is apples, but apples aren't going to be heat loving. Actually, let me look up the wiki. The wiki has more information than this. Vintage, story, wiki, fruit tree. Because fruit trees have like a maximum comfortable temperature. So apples max temps are like 18C, 18C, 22C. Where I live, it gets up to like 40. So absolutely no apples. Peach and pear, similarly. Cherry is a little bit higher tolerance. Orange is higher still. But likely for me, and this is the way the game is. Obviously, oranges are a lot more heat tolerant in real life than they are in the game. For me, the fruits I'm going to rely on is olive, which goes up to 50 Celsius, mango 50 Celsius, breadfruit 50 Celsius, lychee 50 Celsius, and pomegranate 50 Celsius. So those 5, not that olives are, but you know, olives, mangoes, breadfruit, lychee, and pomegranates are the ones that I would reasonably be able to plant in my climate. And all the other types are just a waste of time. They're not going to yield fruit because it's the wrong temperature. Alright, we are in the land of hyena. Cosmic, thank you for the resub. How many hyenas do we spot right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. $11, 12, 13, 14, 15. No shortage of it. Oh, barrel cactus. Don't step on that. Yeah, there's a lot of termites out here too. My protein satiety is basically maxed. And I've got a lot of like better food on me. One of the advantages of cooked meals is cooked meals will pause your hunger meter. Whereas just like foraged food doesn't do that. So if given the choice between cooked meal, I mean, obviously like termites are free. They're just on the ground here. But given the choice between the two, I'm going to go with cooked meals because it's less annoying to have to constantly eat over and over and over again. All right, we came all this way for this wee sliver of, is this the, no, I didn't check here. With this wee sliver of limestone. And I wanted limestone for a kitchen counter material. This is like purely cosmetic. So what I want to do is get... Yo, what the hell? Really? Yeah, I'm the top of the pecking order, you little idiot. What were you thinking? You must have like eggs nearby or something. Y'all dumb. You want to try that again? Well, you little rat with wings. I mean, you're not a pigeon, but I can pretend. And then one of the reasons why I chose limestone, slight hidden agenda, is in the process of getting the full limestone rock chunks in order to build a counter with, I'll end up with a lot of limestone small bits as a byproduct, which I need to make more leather. So this is like a two birds, one falcon type situation. You've never seen them peck like that before? I don't think I have either. I'm not really sure why they like chose to fight me. But perhaps it was met with some regret because they did lose. So let's get maybe I don't know how much limestone I want to grab. A fair bit, because I want a nice polished counter. And we can even do like an inlaid cutting board in it. That would be cool. And maybe I'll get some of the shell rock. So I'll do like shell at the bottom, limestone at top, something like that. Have it look a little fancier. Isn't limestone a soft rock? Yeah, it is. That's why I said cutting board. Yeah, I mean, if you want a hard rock cutting surface, lime would not be your choice, as it is like essentially crushed seashells compacted into into stone or whatever. At least it's not sandstone. But I don't know where any marble is. I know where granite is, but granite doesn't look sexy. Plus, I can't, make leather with granite. The whole point is I wanted to make leather out of it. Does VS has marble as an option? It does. It has actually 3 types of marble. A pink marble, a green marble, and a white marble. I've never seen it in this run, so I wouldn't know where to look for marble. Alright, we have 11 full-size blocks. I'll go for like 16. And then maybe I'll also get some of the shale as well. Although shale, if talking about like weak stones. And yeah, I could always in the future do marble if we ever find some. Or have marble for other projects. Because once this is built, I'm likely to not revisit. Marble is also a lime wash rock too, so it does have that advantage, where you can make leather out of it. Yeah, I'll be honest. I really only chose this rock for its leather making properties because I knew that you had to get a lot of smaller bits of it in order to break the individual chunks free. And I was like, well, what rocks do I want small bits of? Ah, yes. For lime wash. Because I was going to need to come out here anyway. I was basically out of lime, crushed lime. For lime wash. I'm actually not going to bother with the shale. It's not that I hate the look of it. I got what I came for. I got 18 full rocks. That's good enough for me. Now, I also want to get some of the lead while I'm out here. So, I am going to go spelunking for lead. I have a little bit of space left over in my inventory, so we'll go for that. Maybe I'll keep the feathers. I didn't want the poultry, though. There it is. Bountiful, too. Awesome. So the purpose of the lead is if we are remodeling our kitchen, lead makes for leaded windows. There's a few different ways to have, like, transparent tiles in the game. But, fundamentally, you can have, like, leaded glass planes like this one. Panes. I said plane. Leaded glass panes like this one with lead ingots, glass, and wood, which gives it this sort of like this look. Or you can do like chiseled quartz, where you take, oh my god, why are you making me scroll up a bajillion? Where you take like a coarse quartz glass slab, hike it up vertical, and then make windows that way. These are, I mean, it really just comes down to aesthetics. What you find most pleasing. And for me, I like the leaded style. We also have zinc over here, and maybe while I'm here, I'll grab some zinc as well. Does Vintage Story have glass blowing? Not like full-on glass blowing, but there is some glass crafting, but not like a whole lot. So you can, some of the things are ruined items that you can find and repair with like glue. There is the different colored glasses when you make them with buy them through the furniture trader or make them with certain minerals. And then what else can you make of glass? Lanterns, obviously, that's technically glass crafting. And that's about it. I'm sure I don't know any at the top of my head, but I'm sure there are mods for it. It'd surprise me if there weren't. Alright, chunk cert. Oh, yeah, I can see some red here. Only small amounts left, okay. There's not a lot to do with lead outside of window panes. There's a few other recipes, but it's pretty limited. You can always, basically every metal you can make into like lanterns. So here's the full list for lead. So if you have a lead ingot, you can make windows and then like certain plumbing type stuff. Pretty limited option. And then solder as well. So if you want to like solder bits, solder is useful for making, you know, certain items. Okay, chunk search. I think we're just about out of the, or just about out, Grabbed all the lead I'm intending to grab. There's trace amounts. I'm not going to go hunting for it. I don't care that much. We have a bunch of bountiful chunks. It should be a lot. I meant to dump the shale stone, not the andesite. We still use andesite as a building material. Okay, and then zinc. So the reason to get the zinc is a material for brass, and brass is very, very helpful because brass allows us to make torch holder to allow us to have torches that do not burn out. So, oh, whoops, wrong pick. So I wanted to grab some zinc because if we get enough zinc here to make some torch holders, that would be part of the kitchen redesign, because obviously the kitchen needs a source of a fire starter, right? And best one I can think of is the brass torch holder that allows you to put a torch to never burn out. All right, there's still small amounts somewhere around here. Lead plumbing? Hey, as long as the lead plumbing is like sewer and not water intake, you'd be fine, right? Plus, realistically, not to get pedantic, but I'm about to anyway, lead plumbing is fine as soon as it forms calcium deposits on it. It's when you use something caustic to break down that calcium that then breaks down the lead that's a problem. I mean, not to say that I have, like, lead pipes in my home. Obviously, I wouldn't want them, especially with a toddler. But putting lead in your wine goblets is, like, way more of an issue than the panic for lead in plumbing. Lead in plumbing is not an issue as long as you don't break down the lead in a way that it then enters your, you know, your bloodstream or whatever. Most of the lead poisoning that people got was from leaded gasoline. It wasn't from, like, leaded pipes. Or leaded paint. Paint and gasoline, I think, were really the culprits for the whole, like, lead poisonings of the, you know, 60s, 70s, 80s. But yeah, like, any pipe that you have, like, basically ceases to look like a pipe very, very quickly as soon as you run it. Because unless you have, like, incredibly soft water, you'll end up with mineral deposits coating everything. And then that's essentially protecting you from whatever metals or plastics your pipes are made out of. But yeah, like, lead paint in toys, that's another one. Like, as, again, having a toddler. He doesn't chew on toys anymore, but you got to think about, like, oh, well, you know, this toy came from a country that does not have careful monitoring for lead. So maybe don't let it in the household. Alright. At this point, I might be more or less out of zinc here. We'll see. Wasn't the problem in Flint, Michigan as a result of them changing the hardness of the water? I don't know off the top of my head, but that's very believable. If you have, like, hard water and all of a sudden make it soft, or the inverse, I'm sure it can really disrupt your pipes. Like, I have a water softener in my home, which, good reminder, I probably should check the salt level. Okay, went a little bit off, well, no, I was gonna say I went on a tangent, but actually not really, because, getting a bronze torch holder, or, sorry, a brass, torch holder is absolutely something that you would want for a kitchen remodel. So, and now that we have a health hammer, we can hammer out the brass plates, infinitely easier. They failed to add corrosion inhibitors because they cheaped out. Yeah, if I recall, it was like to save like pennies on the gallon, or not pennies on the, like, I don't know, deciliter or whatever. they caused the problem. It was just like a failure of on that scale for Flint, Michigan, that is. Well, we have all this meteoric iron that will, at some point when we have the, oh, hi. Kind of ran into you. That's my bad. Well. Yoink. Are you fat? Creature weight low. You know what? Whatever. I'll butcher it anyway. Waste not, want not. Yeah, I was, I'm not like, a crunchy granola parent, if you know what I mean. Like a hippie in that regard, but oh. Maybe you're fat. Oh, yeah, you are fatter. Come here. Okay. I'm picking a fight that I should not be picking, because, I know, in, like, deep hyena territory, and I don't need a pack trying to attack. So, oh, god dang it. One of the problems I have in, travel around at nighttime and just keep running into hyenas. It's no laughing matter. Free leather? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, every kill would be big enough to be butchered in that way. Ooh. You had me at ripe. Lavender. Oh, no, it's catmint. Lavender-colored catmint. You could hear multiple eyes rolling with that joke. You know what? That's correct. And I'm gonna keep making jokes like that. You have no idea how good I am in real life. Like, when I'm streaming, my brain kind of locks up. But in real life, I can just, like, bat 1,000 with dad jokes. It's painful for everyone around me. But the thing is, like, at least I'm self-aware enough to know that it's painful for everyone. I just do it because, you know, I'm cruel. It's crazy I can see home from here. I don't know what that is, though. What is that? Oh, that might be like will-o-wisps or some, like, fantasy light source. That'd be my guess. Hell was that? Oh. Your survival instincts suck. Like, hello. Skipjack, I think. How are you still alive? My goodness. I'm gonna follow the oh god! Trail of blood went this way. Really? You just... went into the ocean? Okay, yeah, you got away. If I had a better Vox, I could have probably dealt with it. Does the farm have any root veg yet? So root veg is, there's not a lot of root veg that wants to grow near the tropics. So no, would be the long and short of it. Blue clay! This is my first time finding blue clay. Cool. Blue clay, I find, is more typical where you find, like, peat. Peat and blue clay kind of, I feel like, go hand in hand. I don't know really what the world generation requirements for blue clay is versus red clay. I know fire clay is different, but around me it's all been red clay. So it's fun to find the other type. I'd pick it up, but I have no space. So we'll get back, and I think what I'll do is I'll make the brass ingots for the plates. So the torch holders require 2 plates. So that's 400 units of brass. And brass is a mix of copper and zinc. And I'm hoping I have enough zinc for them. As torch holder is a pretty reasonable thing to add for a kitchen. Red clay is just more common than blue? I mean, it's to say the color red is more common than the color blue as far as elements in the world go. Because iron is one of the most common elements in the universe, and that stuff's red. It's why barns are painted red. Because stars make a lot of iron. Yeah. A weird thought, but it's true. Red paint is the easiest to come by because the pigments just use iron oxide, or you know, oxidized iron, which is like the easiest color possible. Whereas like nowadays, I mean, you know, artificial colors changes the game, but that's why like the Romans had that like sort of Tyrian purple. Because that was like super hard to produce because it was like crushed snails that had to be like farmed and harvested. And therefore super expensive due to supply and demand. In this case, who is the Bordrake? Who is the apex predator? Me or the hyenas? Because I'm carrying around a hyena on my back. Not that you would be able to see it. Which is unfortunate, because it's like, it'd be really cool if I had, like, a corpse slung over my shoulder. But so yeah, don't mess with me. Although, with that said, I did just waltz into bear territory. Oh, there it is! It's right there. Center screen. So yeah, I knew there was a bear over here. Hello. And yeah, that does look like a black bear. No, is it? Is it a black bear or a sun bear? Because if it's a sun bear, I don't need to worry about it at all. But I forget what sun bears look. No, you know what? That might actually be a sun bear. Because, I have a hard time figuring out if it's... I think it had brown on its chest. Hello, where'd you go? Yeah, I think it quite possibly is a sun bear. And, wouldn't really pose a threat to me if it is. Well, we're home. It's good to see the windmill spinning. Means we'll be able to hammer the plates without too much fuss. All right, we got 1 day left on leather, a day and a half on the week 10 and run. Okay. Oh, I didn't move the bucket. Not that we've been, like, using the blood. But, yeah, let me just move the bucket. There we go. The bucket of blood's gonna spoil pretty soon, though. I haven't been making a lot of, like, blood soups or anything like that, so that doesn't surprise me. We have tons and tons of tungsten lime now. I'm putting it into this chest because this is our, like, leather chest, our butchery chest, so it makes sense to keep the lime there. At some point I'll need to, like, add additional storage, but that's a different task for a different time. Alright, for now, my next task is going to be making brass plates. So, kitchen, remodel, brass plates for torch holders. So brass is... we should do like a 30-70 zinc to copper to stretch the zinc out, because zinc is the rarer of the two. But we do... oop, that was my lead. We have a lot of lead. I'm going to need to dig up some more charcoal as well. There's our zinc. Unfortunately, the copper that we have on us right now is, like, low quality, so we don't get a lot of bang for a buck out of it. But there we go. Did the smashing. Okay, crucible. Oh, yeah, wind's still going. So... let's see. 80 units is going to be the full 400. Which means we're going to need 24 zinc. And the rest copper. Oh, let me try this better. There we go. Perfect. 2456. Brass. Smelting temp is 920. What's peat at? 900? So peat basically gets us all the way there. So 1 charcoal after we preheat with peat should be fine. Lead's going to be even easier, because the lead's smelting temperature is like... sneeze on it really hard, you get lead. I mean, obviously, that's not exactly true, but lead melts nice and easy. Does Twitch Turbo support the streamer? Yes. I do get, if ads ran, I would get, paid for the ad that would have been shown to you. But I've never really done the math. I don't stare at analytics like that. So we're gonna make 4 ingots of brass and then heat those back up in the forge to make 2 plates. And then with the 2 plates, you can get 2 torch holders. Oddly, you can only make 2 torch holders at a time. You can't do like a single torch holder. So if you look at the blueprint, the blueprint requires 2 brass plates, which makes 2 torch holders, but there isn't like a 1 plate to 1 torch holder. So you really only can make them in pairs, for better or for worse. Peat's an amazing fuel? Yeah, I mean, it's true in real life. You live near like a peat bog or something like that. How useful it can be as a easy access fuel source. Alright, we do have a soybean that matured. Got some gunk that formed. The advantage of all that gunk is it is free rot for compost. And we're almost at the required amount of rot needed for fertilizer to make terra preta. Ah, phooey. Alright. I ran out of charcoal in hand, so let's go dig some more up. I have like 48 more pieces, I think. What was it? 8 times 6? Yeah. That's... I mean, that won't keep me going a bit longer. So maybe I won't need to make new charcoal all that soon, unless I have a big project in mind. Did the water jug by the smithy spoil yet? Nope. It takes like 3 days left out. It's also to say, and I'm sure you're aware, I don't worry about it. I have 100 liters of water. I use just a few a day. It's way more water than I can currently use unless I start distilling or something with it. So I can be wasteful. It doesn't really matter. Plus, if I did somehow manage to run out, I can always boil water. With all the firewood I have stacked, it wouldn't be that hard to do. Oh, don't tell me you're going to need one more. Oh, God. Really? All right. Yeah, it's going to need one more. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story Primitive Survival, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rodamont.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rodamont.com has linked to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow homesteaders.